Hello, we're going to do an example of a p-hat distribution and finding a probability based on a p-hat distribution. This is the example. A polling organization asks an SRS of 1,500 college students whether they applied for admission to any other college. In fact, 35% of all first-year students applied to colleges besides the one they're attending. What is the probability that a random sample of 1,500 students will be within 2 percentage points of the actual proportion? Now there's a few things we need to do before we actually get into finding the probability. First, we need to find the mean of p hat. The mean of p hat we found was p, which is the actual proportion, 0.35. The standard deviation, we take p times 1 minus p over n, and then square root that. So we're going to take 0.35, 1 minus that is 0.65, all over 1,500, and then we're going to square root it. If we do this, that would be 0.0123. Now, this standard deviation we can't always use. We can only use it when our population is at least 10 times as big as our sample. So 10 times 1,500 is 15,000. Are there more than 15,000 college students? Yes. So we can use, because there are more than 15,000 college students. So since that's true, we can use the standard deviation. All right, now is it approximately normal? To check that it's normal, we have to check that NP is greater than 10, and n times 1 minus p is greater than or equal to 10. So we have 1,500 times 0.35, and we have 1,500 times 0.65. Now if I take 1,500 times 0.35, I get 525, which is way bigger than 10. If I do 1,500 times 0.65, I get 975, which is much bigger than 10. So we can say we can use a normal approximation. All right, now that we can use the standard deviation, we know it's a normal distribution. Now we can get moving on to actually finding this proportion or probability. So we want to find the probability that it's within 2 percentage points of 35. So that means we go from 35 to 37. Now we're not seeing if x is in between these. What we're actually seeing is if our p hat will be in between those two values. So we want to see the probability that our sample proportion is between 0.33 and 0.37. To find that out, since it's normal, we can just do our normal distribution, or our normal method. So finding z-scores, x value, or p hat value, I guess now, minus our mean over our standard deviation. So this is a p-value from negative 1.63 all the way up to positive 1.63. So that's I got probably 896. So that's about 90% of the time our value will be there.